Hi, I'm Alexis Dennehy here at One Natural Therapies, Graceville, and I just wanted to remind you of 3 practices that you can use between our sessions to maintain the continuity of connection between your mind and your body. And this has come about because I see people come into the space quite disconnected from their bodies. And as they come into landing, there is a deep relaxation and there is a settling and there's quite a shift in the neuro-physiology. And I usually schedule our visits weekly initially and then fortnightly, and then we spread that out to 3 weekly and monthly. But in this initial phase, while we're building some momentum, I think it's important that you have some home practices that will facilitate that connection ongoing. So the 3 simple practices I have for you are this. The first one is breathing down, which we will likely have done here together if we've done any work together. The second one is the 3 O's, which all of my perinatal clients will be aware of, and many of in fact anyone who's been to my group classes will also know. And the third one is a new one which I've just recently come across from Peter Levine, who is a trauma expert, and he uses the very same principles that we do of applying the mind within the body, but he works with trauma, which is deep. And I'm just starting to incorporate more trauma-informed practice here at One Natural Therapies. And it's a simple technique that comes from his book, Healing Trauma, I think it's called, and I think you'll find value. So our first practice is simply with the hands on the belly, as though there is a balloon low in the belly, the top of the balloon around the diaphragm area, and the bottom of the balloon right down low around the pubic bone. So that as we inhale, you can visualize, and if you are pregnant, it's quite easy to experience a fullness, an expansion to the whole abdominal area. And then as we exhale, we send the breath down as though we're breathing out of the feet. And in fact, you can do this in any position, sitting, lying, standing even. Really simply, the inhale to swell, and we're looking to work all dimensions of that balloon. And you may even encourage the breath down, it's almost a subtle bearing down to feel that fullness. And with the exhale, we send it down as though to breathe right out of the feet. And anything that helps you to connect with the sensation in the feet, perhaps you can feel the texture of the floor. Perhaps you can even wriggle your feet in your shoes. That will help that connection. Let's just do one more together. Even filling up the diagonal areas of that balloon. And then with the exhale, breathe it down, and you can breathe it right through the legs. So from the hips, down the thighs, through the knees, the lower legs, ankles, out the soles of your feet. It's an empowering practice. You should feel stronger and clearer. Our second one is the 3 O's, and here we visualize the pelvic floor as a diamond group of muscles. Again, I have a more complete video on this one. If we have the pubic bone at the front, then the first O, or sphincter, a circular group of muscles, surrounds the urethra. The middle one surrounds the birth path, and the back one, just in front of the tailbone, surrounds the anus or the back passage. And we can focus on each of these areas and learn to isolate the muscles in a more sensitive and functional way. So let's take our first inhale right down as though to fill up the base of the balloon. So this is obviously the very pelvic floor. So the base of the balloon actually swells down as though to expand this diamond group of muscles. And then with your exhale, just draw up the front third. So you should feel a subtle lift. It doesn't need to be strong. It's just enough to connect your mind to that front group of muscles. Again, with the inhale, you can relax that area, a gentle inflation, the base of the balloon, and then with your next exhale, we're drawing up the middle third. For women, this is surrounding the birth path. And you can hopefully feel this influence come up even through the birth path to the womb. Or for men and women, we feel a lifting. For men, it's just the perineum, a lifting even up through the abdominal cavity. Let's again inhale, swell and fill the base of the balloon. And finally here, we lift the back third, drawing up the back passage. Again, if you feel the lift just in front of the tailbone, we're looking to draw that up a little higher, up in front of the sacrum, perhaps even up through the lumbar. And this is healthy. It should feel, again, satisfying and empowering. So let your next few breaths just absorb and integrate those practices. And you'll know you're doing it right, so to speak, because you'll feel a change. And my aim is to give you practices that you can use in a short stint of time, that you can use anywhere. You could do this between emails. You can do it driving your car. So the third practice today, offered by Peter Levine, is this. When you're next in the shower, feel the warmth and the contact of the water. He talks about a pulsing. I think you could do it either way. And really simply placing a body part in this contact of warmth. And what is it? It's kind of a pressure, it's kind of a tapping, it's kind of a massage. And as you do, reminding yourself, this is my hand. These are my fingers, it's part of my body. And then offering that same experience to the forearm. This is my forearm, it's part of my body. And the same to the upper arm. This is my upper arm. It's a part of my body. And obviously moving through your whole body. And he suggests 15 to 20 minutes. Over time, you could probably even do it in a shorter window. But in a way, it's an ownership of your body. But it's also quite similar to what we do in Shavasana with the body scan, which is about bringing the body together as a whole. And this is the meaning of healing and health and yoga. It's to become whole, to remember our wholeness again. So please do use these practices between our sessions. Build on them, make them a part of your life. And I look forward to seeing you next time. I'm Alexis Dennehy here at One Natural Therapies, Graceville. Namaste.